this time, I am going to share with you the capslet of English 8, week 4.1. Okay? So for capslet week 4.1, so I am sharing this video to you so that you will be guided on how to answer your capslet. So thank you so much for suggesting that I am going to make this kind of video for you to be guided. Okay, so thank you so much to all the students. So hello grade 8 students. So this time, our topic is presenting ideas through graphic organizers. Okay, so for our objectives, we have identify ways on how to generate ideas from the text, discuss the different types of how to organize ideas, and then use the graphic organizers to present ideas. Okay, so for understand part, presenting ideas with graphic organizers. So teachers use graphic organizers to illustrate complicated concepts to understand them, while students use the excellent tools to organize their thoughts, especially in writing. A graphic organizer visually depicts relationship between facts, concepts, or ideas. Okay, so there are many types of graphic organizers. Number one, we have the compare and contrast organizers, or the so-called the Venn diagram. Okay, all of us know what Venn diagrams are. So if you need to compare and contrast three objects, processes, or events, consider using compare and contrast organizers such as a Venn diagram. This graphic organizer consists of overlapping circles. There are sections of the organizer in which only two circles overlap, and there is one section in which all three circles overlap. This last section would include any information that is true for all two headings. For example, so I have here an example of a graphic organizer that is two circles overlapping each other. Okay, so what do you do here? So for example, Philippines. So if you're going to compare and contrast Philippines and Africa, so Philippines is a Southeast Asian country. It has a tropical climate. It is rich in natural resources and animals are caged. While in Africa, this is a continent, deserted island or land, home of wild animals, and animals are free to roam around. So these are the contrast of, or the compare and contrast of two continents, which is the two countries, which is Africa and Philippines. Okay, so for under this one here, they are both, this is the difference between the two countries. These are their differences. But this middle part here of the circle, you are going to put there their similarity of the two countries. And their similarity is they are both rich in culture and traditions. So I hope you know now how to make a Venn, or how to use a Venn diagram. The Venn diagram above shows the similarities and differences between the Philippines and Africa. Listed on the left circle are the characteristics of the Philippines as a country in Southeast Asia, while on the right circles are the characteristics of Africa, and in the center is the similarity of both the Philippines and Africa. So I hope that is clear. Number two is a storyboard. A storyboard is a series of images that explains how your story will look, shot by shot. Each image appears in chronological order with notes underneath to explain what's happening. It is a crucial part of the pre-production process. So this is what you call a storyboard. This is an example of a storyboard. Okay, if you are looking at your capslet, please follow. So in a storyboard, there are images, diba, no, that will explain how the story will look. And then for the next one, the T-chart. Okay, the T-chart. A T-chart might be the simplest graphic organizer for both teachers and the students. It's mostly used for comparison by separating information into or more columns, such as the advantages and disadvantages of surfing the internet, forming a layout in the shape of the English letter T. Okay, so for the T chart, in this, this is an example of a T chart here, this one, T chart, yeah. So, the T chart shows the information about Afro-Asian folktales. Listed on the left table are the Afro-Asian countries, and the folktales of each country are written on the right table. So, for this T chart, yeah, as you can see, I'm going to read to you. Countries like Japan, and then their famous folktale is The Soul of the Great Bell. Japan, The Story of the Aged Mother. Thailand, Makato and the Cowrie Shell. Egypt, The Two Brothers. Malaysia, The Devouring Rock. And Indonesia, The Legend of Banyu Wagi. So this is an example of a T chart. So charts are used by teachers in explaining lessons, diba? You can really know that we teachers are really using this Venn diagram, T charts, and of course the storyboard. So for SAQ 1, how you are going to answer this one? So you are going to, of course, first write your name on top, the grade level, and of course the section, and then you write there English 8 4.1. And then you write, of course, SAQ 1. So the answer is, the direction for this test, modified true or false. Write true if the statement is true, and if it is false, change the underlined word to make the statement true. So what is the difference between true and false? True and false and modified true or false. In the test, the true or false is that you are going to write true if the sentence is true and false if it is false. But in the modified type of test, modified true or false, if the sentence is correct, you write true, and if it is false, you have to write the correct answer. Okay? So do not answer here false if the sentence is wrong. You are going to write here the correct answer of that will complete the sentence. So for number 1, a graphic organizer. So the one that is underlined there is the graphic organizer. A graphic organizer visually depicts relationships between facts, concepts, or ideas. So if your answer is true, you write the word true for number 1. But if your answer is wrong, therefore, what could be the answer here? Graphic organizer, T charts, or the Venn diagram. Okay, I hope you got my point. For number 2, teachers often use graphic organizers to illustrate complicated so that experts can understand them. So the underlined word is expert. So if you think the sentence is true, you write true. But if you think the sentence or the underlined word is wrong, so you have to provide the answer there. That makes it a modified true or false. So I hope you understood that. So for SAQ2, once again, write SAQ2. Matching type. Match each item or match each type of graphic organizer in column A to its definition in column B. So there are 3 items here. So you are going to match column A to column B. So number 1, if your answer is A, you write lang A there. And then number 2, if it is B, you write B. And then for letter number 3, if it is C, you write also C. So not anymore copy the given here, just answer right away. Just don't forget to write SAQ2. Okay. For let's practice. So compare and contrast school in the colonial era and the modern era. Use the Venn diagram below to list down 3 differences each and 1 similarly between school in the colonial era and the modern era. So what we are going to do here is to draw a Venn diagram on your yellow paper. So you are going to draw 2 circles overlapping each other. Let's just like that. Okay, just like here, this one. So, you are going to compare and contrast school in the colonial era and the modern era. So, you have to put first the differences, and in the middle part, you are going to put their similarities. So, moving on, let's have so the first you are going to do once again is the let's practice, okay? So, you are going to draw a Venn diagram to showcase the differences and similarities of the school during the colonial period and the modern schooling. So this time, for the letter B, the tale of Chunyang. So I hope you know the tale of Chunyang. So there is a summary here. So what you are going to do is to use a storyboard and fill out the necessary detail based on the summary. So from the story here, you have to draw your Yes, you have to draw for us to see if you know how to what do you call that? If you know how to sequence each image in chronological order. Okay, so what you are going to do once again here is to draw the sequence of the story here in chronological order. So that is what you call what do you call this kind of graphic organizer? The storyboard. So for key points, that's all. So for key points, a graphic organizer visually depicts a relationship between facts, concept, or ideas. We teachers use graphic organizers to illustrate complicated concepts for the purpose that students can understand them, while students use the excellent tools to organize their thoughts, especially in writing. So there are three types of graphic organizers. The compare and contrast organizer, which is the Venn diagram, the storyboard, which this one you're going to do, yeah. And then for the last one is the T-chart. So a compare and contrast organizer is mostly common known as Venn diagram. Two overlapping circles and is used to compare and contrast objects, persons, or events. So a storyboard is a series of images that explain how your story will look shot by shot. Each image appears in chronological order, with notes underneath to explain what's happening. It is a crucial part of the pre-production process, and a T-chart is the simplest organizers and mostly used for comparison by separating information into two or more columns. So that's it for grade 8 4.1. So I hope you understood. So thank you so much for watching this video. So welcome to English 8 4.2. So hello there, my dear students. So for English 8 4.2, the topic is reading styles or strategies. So learning competency, use the appropriate reading styles, scanning, skimming, speed reading, intensive reading, etc. for one's purpose. Objectives are the following. Determine the reading styles used in the given situations and then answer comprehension questions correctly. So under the topic title, reading styles or strategies. So as a student, you can improve your reading skills by knowing the different strategies that you can employ depending on your need. There are 5 reading strategies that a student can use in this reading. So number 1, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reading strategies. So number 1 is skimming. What is skimming? Skimming is a reading strategy in which you look for a text's main idea without necessarily reading the entire material. On the other hand, scanning is a reading strategy in which you find a specific information without reading the entire text. In scanning, you already know what kind of information you are looking for, which means you are just locating the said information in the material. Extensive reading longer texts, often for pleasure and for overall understanding. Intensive reading shorter texts for detailed information with emphasis on precise understanding. Speed reading is a method of reading rapidly by skimming. So for SAQ 1, write true if the statement is true and false if the statement is incorrect. For number 1 to 5, you have to write true or false. So for number 1, getting the main idea of a paragraph or a story is an example of skimming. So what you are going to do there, if the sentence is true, then you write true, and if it is not, you write false. SAQ2, again, don't forget to write SAQ1 and then SAQ2, then answer. For SAQ2, read the story below and answer the following questions. So, the legend of Banyuwangi, this is from the Indonesian folktale. So, you are going to read this folktale here, this one, and then you are going to answer the questions that follow. So, if your answer is letter A, you write letter A. Do not anymore copy everything. Answer right away for this one. So, for let's practice, identify the style required in the following situations. Write your answer on the space provided for. So, this time, you are going to identify the reading style. So, you are going to maybe answer right away here. For number 1, Anna wants to know the recipe of leche flan. So, what kind of reading style is this? Is this skimming, scanning, extensive, intensive, or speed reading? Okay, I hope that is clear. That is items 1 to 5. So, for the let's try, read each statement and answer the question that follows. So, again, you are going to write only the letter of the correct answer. So, Sarah was tasked to summarize a chapter of an English book. What reading style should be used? A. Intensive. B. Skimming. C. Scanning. D. Speed reading. So, if your answer is A, you write letter A. That is 1 to 5 also. So, remember, there are 5 reading strategies that the student can use in his readings. Again, number 1, skimming, reading for the main points. Scanning, reading rapidly through a text to find the specific information required. Extensive, reading the longer text, often for pleasure and for overall understanding. Intensive, reading shorter text for detailed information. And then speed reading is a method of reading rapidly by skimming. So that's all for our capslet grade 8 4.2. So I hope you understood it, guys. So thank you so much. Please don't forget to write your name, the grade level, and of course, the subject you are answering. And don't forget to write the SAQ1 answer, SAQ2 answer, let's try answer. Okay, so thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. So thank you so much. God bless you. Bye.